Closing arguments in the murder trial against real estate heir Robert Durst begin next week. Although the Millionaire was the focus of the HBO documentary, The Jinx, if you remember this one. And now he stands trial for murdering his best friend, Susan Berman, 20 years ago.
I have difficulty believing it myself that I would write the letter and have not killed Susan Berman.
Dramatic testimony from real estate heir Robert Durst, the multimillionaire, admitting he wrote this cryptic letter to police, alerting them to the location of his best friend's dead body, but maintains he didn't kill Susan Berman. Durst is charged with first-degree murder in her death. Prosecutors say in 2000, the Millionaire shot Berman at her Los Angeles home to stop her from talking to police about his role in his first wife, Kathleen's, suspicious disappearance in 1982.
Susan Berman, although loyal, was not the best at keeping secrets.
Durst has maintained his innocence in both cases. The bizarre story drew national attention as the focus of the HBO series The Jinx, where in the final moments, Durst made a series of stunning comments.
There it is. You're caught. Kill them all. Of course.
Durst's trial was put on hold for more than a year because of the pandemic. His health now in visible decline. This LA trial isn't the first time he's been charged with murder. After Berman's death, Durst moved to Galveston, Texas, and pretended to be a mute woman. And in 2001, while there, Durst shot and killed a neighbor and cut up his body. Durst told a jury it was all in self-defense. He was acquitted. But Durst just testified he has lied under oath before, and even saying if he had killed, he would lie about it.
I want to bring in HLN trial correspondent Jean Casarez. She joins me now on the phone. Jean, good morning. You know, when you hear some of this testimony, he's been on the stand several weeks. It's stunning, flat out.
It is. It is. Good morning. It is stunning because what you're watching is not as much testimony, but sort of a conversation back and forth as Durst goes through his whole life. And this is Robert Durst of the Durst family. He also clearly admits on the stand that his whole life he has been paranoid that authorities out of New York are going to charge him with the disappearance of his wife, Kathy Durst, in 1982. So he's tried to maintain this low profile. He's hidden out. And you see, when Kathy Durst in 1982, and they were a young married couple, she was just about to graduate from medical school, and all of a sudden she goes missing. And Durst had a very good friend, Susan Berman, in Los Angeles. They were always platonic. They had gone to UCLA together. And the day after Kathy went missing, the dean at the medical school got a call from a female that said, "This is Kathy Durst, and I'm not going to be able to come to medical school, my rotation in the hospital today." Well, prosecutors believe that that was Susan Berman and that Susan Berman knew. So in 2000, when it became widely known that the opening of the investigation into the disappearance of Kathy Durst was beginning again, Durst decided, and Susan Berman, he says they were going to spend the holidays together. So he flies to California in December. He makes it to her house. In his testimony, as he walks in, and there she is, dead on the floor, blood all around her. And later, a letter is sent to the Beverly Hills Police Department saying there's a cadaver at this home in Los Angeles, Beverly Hills, and you need to go get it. Let's listen to Durst explain this in his own words.
I have difficulty believing it myself that I would write the letter and have not killed Susan Berman.
Mr. Durst, this is my last question. As you sit here right now, I'm going to ask you, did you kill Susan Berman?
No.
But if you had, you would lie about it, correct?
Correct.
So he kept saying this through the trial. Did you kill Kathy Durst? No. If you did, would you lie about it on the stand? Yes, he says. So you can look at this as an out-and-out confession. Definitely you can look at it that he would commit perjury on the stand. And he admitted throughout his testimony that he was committing perjury every now and then. But there's minor perjury, he would say. And so, or is this all reasonable doubt? what he said was so confusing. And so I think that it makes an interesting scenario going into closings this week.
And then, I feel like the plot thickens, right? When he supposedly gives a confession on the Jinx. I want to play that part. It's from the documentary. Gene, listen in.
There it is. You're caught. Kill them all. Of course.
Kill them all, of course. So how did the prosecution end up using this?
Well, they use so much from the Jinx, and truly, and we do want to say the Jinx is with the Warner Media family. It came out on HBO. It was something that everybody was watching around the country, and that's when, in 2015, that Durst went on the run once again because the Jinx came out. But they used it as a statement against his interests because he was doing an interview. His mic was attached to him, so he went into the bathroom to go to the bathroom, and guess what? The tape was still rolling. So they got the audio in the bathroom. Now, he says that there's a little muffledness before I killed them all, of course. He said, well, they're going to think I killed them all, of course. So it's up to the jury, but the prosecution, as you said, is saying this is a confession. And I think that it's very, very bad for Durst because not only did he say it, but he came into the trial as evidence, one of the biggest pieces of evidence against him.
Teetering on a very fine line, I'll say there. Jean Casarez, always a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.